What's up guys, Aaron here. So I believe altcoin season is going to happen and it's probably about to start right now. Now at the end of the video, I will share kind of my concerns about what I'm seeing. But if you don't know who I am, I've been in the market for a while. So I bought my first Bitcoin way back in April of 2013, and I was buying ETH way back in July of 2016, as you can see right here. So I have experience being in many market cycles. So what I want to share are a couple things that I think are pointing to a really solid altcoin season. But again, I do have my concerns, and I'll touch on those towards the end of the video. Make sure to subscribe, because I will be keeping you updated on what I'm seeing. So to start out right here, this is the total crypto market cap. Just how big is the entire crypto space? And we have seen this coiling up for the last 4 years right now. And what we saw way back before the 2021 run was, again, a coiling of market cap where we didn't really see much movement. And then we saw this massive surge in crypto market cap in 2021, which is what we're all hoping for and expecting this year and possibly going into next year as well. So I do think that we are set up for an explosive period. A couple charts that have been floating around showing just where we are compared to 2011, 2012 cycle, the 2014, 2016 cycle, 2019, 2020, and here we are right now, 2022, 2024, and we are quite literally mirroring what happened over the last 3 Bitcoin halving cycles. It's astonishing, right? We are seeing a mirroring to what happened in 2020 right now. And this chart as well, global M2 money supply versus Bitcoin. And this has been quite accurate going back to 2023, showing right now that Bitcoin is on track to hit $150,000, $160,000, but always expect a lot of volatility. Volatility is the name of the game here. There's nothing that goes up in a straight line. So altcoins like Solana and others, like I'll cover in future videos, are poised to do huge moves coming up. So the big thing that people are focused on is Bitcoin dominance. Now you may have heard that, you may not really know what it is, or you may know what it is, but essentially how much of the entire crypto market cap, the entire crypto space, is dominated by Bitcoin, or how much of it is encompassed by Bitcoin. So if the crypto market cap was $100 and Bitcoin was $60, then Bitcoin dominance would be 60%, right? Pretty simple. So a lot of people, myself included, are waiting for this to happen way back in 2021, where we saw Bitcoin dominance drop like a rock, 45%. Now it peaked out at around 72%. Right now, Bitcoin dominance is around 63% or so. So Bitcoin dominance has come down quite a bit, and that's why altcoins are rallying. This is when Bitcoin dominance came down end of last year, 2024. It came down 11%. And then we saw XRP do a 4x in a matter of a few weeks, right? If you were there, like a lot of you guys were, it was a really exciting time, and we saw a lot of altcoins rally hard. So I do think there is a solid possibility that this is the beginning of a solid Bitcoin dominance drop. Now, Bitcoin can still go up in price even if Bitcoin dominance drops. For example, Bitcoin can still go to $150,000 even if Bitcoin dominance drops. All that means is that more of the crypto market cap is tied up in altcoins, which means that altcoins are going up essentially faster than Bitcoin. So everything can still go up, even if Bitcoin dominance drops. But that would be very good for altcoins. We're also seeing Bitcoin year-to-date ROI. So how well has Bitcoin done this year? It's catching up to 2021. So the green line right here is 2021. And here we are in 2025. We had a really good start of the year, right? A really good start of the year. And then we sort of got crappy during February and March. And now we're coming back up. Now, in 2021, Bitcoin ended up peaking out at around a 2x for the year. Right now for Bitcoin, we are at around a 1x. So we are at the same place that Bitcoin started the year. And if we see a 2x, I think that altcoins will obviously rally a ton. Now, what we're really looking for is for Bitcoin to break out of its all-time high, which is pretty close. Right now, it's like 4 or 5% below the all-time high. Then what happens historically is that Ethereum, Solana, large layer ones, large coins begin to rally and hit new all-time highs. When Ethereum historically rallies, like we've seen over the last couple days, when Ethereum rallies, then altcoins begin to rally as well. And we can see that right here. So Ethereum, over the last 1, 2, 3, 4 days or so, has gone up around a 40%, plus or minus a little bit. That is a huge, huge, huge move. And that is why many altcoins have gone up a ton. For the week, you can see here that most altcoins are up quite a lot. We have some meme coins making some massive moves. Dogecoin up almost 40%, Pepe up 73%, Hex up 60%, and I can just pick, any one of these coins and they are up a ton. And that is because Ethereum had a massive, massive rally. So I'm in the camp for various reasons that Ethereum will break its all-time high. Right here, we can see the all-time high for Ethereum was $4,800. So we're still almost 50% below its all-time high. I believe Ethereum will break its all-time high. Some people disagree. Some people think Ethereum is dead. Some people think that Solana or Sui will kind of overtake Ethereum. I still believe Ethereum will do very, very well. And that is why I believe that altcoins will eventually rally really, really hard. But even if Ethereum does not break out like I think it will, if we see other massive layer ones like Solana go up to all-time highs, which I believe they will, that will still, in my opinion, bring altcoins along with it. It'll drag altcoins along with it. So it's not 100% determined on Ethereum. I just believe that Ethereum will still have its time to shine. And again, like we saw, Ethereum was up a ton over the last few days, and all the smaller cap altcoins rallied really, really hard. And a couple things I find really, really interesting that I personally am interpreting them as very bullish. So Google Trends, looking at search terms for Bitcoin. Right now for Bitcoin, we are at a 38. Bitcoin was around the same interest on Google from November 6th to the 12th of 2022. Now, what was the price of Bitcoin then? Well, around $17,000, $16,000, right? So the fact that we are at the same interest for Bitcoin on Google, now Google still represents a huge amount of search. I don't think Google's irrelevant, right? The fact that we are at the same interest for Bitcoin when we are over 6x the price and we're about to hit a new all-time high is amazing. It's fascinating to me, and I think that's very, very bullish. So right here, we can see the same thing, taking a look at YouTube views. These charts are on Into the Cryptoverse. Link below if you'd like to pick up these charts for a 10% discount. We can see that YouTube views for crypto stations are less than 900,000, okay? And we are about to break a new all-time high for Bitcoin, and it is at less than a fourth of where we were in 2021. Which is crazy to me. So what this means is that big money, big institutions, big buyers are the ones that are driving the price higher. Retail is still not here. Retail is still nowhere to be found. And I recognize why, because a lot of people, most individuals are still underwater. Most people got into altcoins November and December and early January, just a few months ago, when altcoins were, some of them at all-time highs or had just rallied 200, 300, or 400%. But I do believe retail will come back and institutions will be buying altcoins, and therefore altcoins will start to rally, and then retail will start to come back in, especially once they realize, oh, I'm not underwater on my crypto anymore. I'm actually in profit. I'm going to take this more seriously, etc. So if you're watching and you're underwater, it means you're going to win. Most people have completely checked out because they are underwater and they're afraid and they don't want to engage with crypto anymore. And if you've been following my station for a while, you know that I've been saying do not sell when we were at these panic lows just a month ago. I was telling you guys to buy, or at least not to sell, to sit on your hands, right? Looking for altcoins that had massive, massive red days, down 20, 30, 40, 50% in a week, like we were seeing a month ago or so. And again, make sure to subscribe if you want to get access to the videos about what coins I am looking at and what coins I am buying and why I am buying certain coins. But for now, in this video, just wanted to give you some optimism about why I believe altcoin season will be happening, why Bitcoin will rally, why then Ethereum, Solana, Sui, other big layer ones will rally, and then smaller cap altcoins will follow. But I want to finish the video with 3 things that are in my mind that make me a little bit skeptical and make me a little bit not fully bullish in terms of let me just buy everything right now. First off, Ethereum just had a huge rally. Buying things after they had an enormous rally, rarely a good idea. So it's rarely a good idea to be chasing coins that just went up 30, 40, 50, 100% in a week. It's rarely, if ever, a good idea based on, again, being in this market for 12 years. Also, we have Trump as the president of the United States. He can say something to massively change the market in an instant. Whether that's on Twitter, whether that's on Truth Social, it doesn't matter. He could say, you know, China sucks and we're never going to negotiate. Boom, the market's going to tank 20%, right? He could say something that could do the opposite. And then the market could rally 20, 30%, being like, we are done with the wars in China. We are done with the tariff wars or whatever. And be like, we are now on great terms, blah, blah, blah. The market can rally. So it's still too soon to know exactly the direction. Over time, though, I am very confident that the direction of Bitcoin goes up, the direction of big layer ones goes up, the directions of altcoins go up. That's my belief based, again, on being in this market for a while. So the first one is Trump. A little concerned about him. The second one I'm concerned about is the fact that people are taking a lot of leverage on altcoins. And what happens is there can be cascading liquidations, right? We've seen that time and time again where the market drops 10% and then it hits a lot of liquidations and then it drops another 10, 20%. So I don't really see that changing. It just means that crypto is very, very volatile, like you know at this point. And the third one, the third concern that I have right now is that most YouTubers are making videos like the one I'm making now, which is that we're in altcoin season. It's going up forever. We're hitting this new altcoin season. Bitcoin dominance is going to drop 40%. Altcoins are going to rally. And when the mass consensus on YouTube and Twitter and TikTok is saying the same thing, my red flags go off. My red flags go off when everybody is saying the same thing. Now, thankfully, a lot of people are saying that, you know what? This may be a fake out. This may not be a real breakout. So I'm glad there are some opposing voices who are just like, we're in altcoin season. You can't screw up. Buy everything right now. Because that is when it's like, time to sell, when everybody is telling you to buy. So overall, guys, I will be making more videos about what I'm buying, what I'm looking for, keeping you guys posted. So make sure to subscribe if you have not already. Also, taking profits is never a bad idea. Taking 10, 20% off the table if you are in profit, never a bad idea, guys. And as always, do your own research. I'm not your financial advisor, etc., etc. Hope you guys are well. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.